Man, oh man, what a debut. I have to react to this game. I feel like I'm one of the only ones, one of the select few ones that had Colorado winning this game against TCU. If you go back, go watch my video. I made my picks this past week. Got some wrong, yada yada, but go back and watch that video. It's my most recent one. Man, what a debut though, right? I got to get my game balls, 4 game balls, one to Shiloh Sanders on the defensive side of the ball, 10 tackles in this game, flying all over the field, laying contact, laying hits, was pretty good out there. Really was impressed with him. 2, I got to give it to Dylan Edwards or Dylan Edwards, the running back, 5 catches, 135 yards, 3 touchdowns for Colorado, right? Had 4 total touchdowns in this game. He had a rushing touchdown as well. To do that in your true freshman debut is next level. And then I got to also give the love to Shadur Sanders, right? If there were any questions about him, I think he's quieted that. I think he's shown and displayed today. He's one of the top passers in the country, right? To go out there and put up that kind of performance. Now, you might be like, well, TCU didn't have the same roster they had last year. This team didn't make it last year to the national title game. But still, this is TCU. They came in as a ranked opponent. They did this on the road in their building. Big time. So to throw for a school record 510 plus yards, I mean, man, that's just impressive. You can't be no better than that. And the way he was throwing the football, and obviously some were underthrown. Some of them that was because of pressure. But I mean, he was just throwing great deep balls to the receivers, throwing them in stride. Jimmy Horn was another one. So he was very impressive. Only 9 incompletions in this game. 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. That is exceptional. So he gets my other game ball. And then last but not least, got to be Travis Hunter, man. Oh, that guy is just impressive. I got to see him up close and personal. Some people didn't in high school, but I got to see a couple of his games, man. And that kid is just a different breed, right? To be able to play over 100 plus snaps and to go for 11 catches and 119 yards and to have an interception, multiple tackles on defense, and multiple PBUs. Bro, you can't play no better than that. That's a lot, y'all. That is not easy to do. You have to be a well-conditioned athlete to play both sides of the ball. Only other player I think did it in history is Deion Primetime Sanders, who you see in this graphic above. That is not an easy feat to do, and he showed today that he is a star, man, and he is already firm into that Heisman race and Heisman conversation, I think. You can't play it no better. He's a dog. He's a different breed. He has the potential, and I think he's going to play on Sundays, man. I'm going to go ahead and say that, right? I think if you're an NFL scout, we'll see how it goes on the next level for him. But on this level, to be able to play both sides of the ball, no wear or tear, we'll see how it goes the rest of the season. But that kid is a stud, a dog. He has a phenomenally bright future ahead of him. Number 1 player in the country. And I feel like for the most part, man, sometimes you see number 1 player in the country, like they don't play or they got so much stuff going on or they end up transferring. But this kid here, I mean, he fits the billing of a number 1 player. And he's continued to do that. And he's going to be a star here, what he is for Colorado. And I mean, he's going to be a national star. And he's going to be synonymous with college football, I think, this season. So what I took from this game, too, that's kind of my game balls. Colorado, I think they're going to win about 9 to 10 games this year. What worries me about Colorado, though, their front 7 defensively, right? They cannot stop nobody. Trey Sanders had a game. He had 3 rushing touchdowns. Second half, they were just going at them, running the football. They even stopped passing, right? It was like, we're going to lean on our running back. We're going to let him do his thing, and he ate them alive. So that is my concern with Colorado. That is technically Big 12 football, which they're going to eventually go to. The good thing is Pac-12, they're not predominantly known for their elite defenses, but if they're going to go deep and contend for a Pac-12 championship, they're going to have to be able to get stops. Now, they did there at the end. Got to give credit to the defense being able to get that last stop, being able to stop them short of the line of gain. But they got to get that shirt up, man. You cannot give up that many points. And then you have Travis on the other side. He's locking up pretty much like the quarterback. He could have had easily 2 or 3 interceptions in this game. Travis could have. So if you got somebody as a corner that elite, locking up that side of the field, you got to have your other side. It should make the job easier for your defense. So they got to figure that out. They got to get that worked on. But if they front 7, I think the big thing going forward, they need to get an elite pass rusher, right? They need to find somebody that can come in, create pressure. That helped them towards the end because they made Chandler Morris like kind of uncomfortable. If they can find somebody that can rush the passer and they can get better with their front 7 and just being able to get in the backfield and stop the running back and things like that, they will be A-okay. But that's my major concern with them, their defensive line, their front 7, the linebackers being able to perform better because that's not a recipe for success long term. But nonetheless, man, great debut. A lot of people did not take them to win. I'm one of the few that did. Great win. This game was, I think they had a 21-point favorite for TCU. Great win on the road for Coach Prime. Great start to a new era. And then for TCU, missing a lot of players real quick. As far as that just went off, Quentin Johnson, Max Dugan. Chandler Morris, I think he does a decent job, but it doesn't look like he has that deep ball, in my opinion. So they're going to have to kind of work on that. But I thought offensively, scoring 42 points, man, you can't do much better than that. But that was the problem with them last year with TCU. Can their defense get enough stops? And they showed today they got a lot of work to do. So they're going to have to figure that out. And their corners were getting beat all day long. So they got some issues, but I'm sure Coach Sonny Dykes will figure it out. I think there'll be a decent team out there in the Big 12, but I don't see them being a championship contender and all that stuff. But that's my assessment of the game. Congrats to Colorado for a big victory, and Travis Hunter is that dude.